Your real boy. Hey guys, welcome back to the Real Confessions podcast. I am your host, Aida Ozuna. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about things holding you back from success and your goals. Things basically that I wish I knew sooner. I know I'm only 21, but I definitely feel like I could have been way farther if I didn't make certain mistakes, if I didn't hang around. We're going to talk about it, okay? So hopefully my mistakes can help you not make the same mistakes, or maybe it can help you realize like what it is that you need to focus on and things like that. So as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Real Confessions podcast. I appreciate every single one of you guys. You know, we have listeners from all over the world, all these different countries, and thank you guys so much for leaving the reviews, for listening, for downloading, for sharing, for screenshotting, putting it on your story. I'm super grateful for every single one of you guys. And I'm actually on live once again, but I'm not going to be like interacting with them, but yeah, they're just watching me. So we're going to be talking about things holding you back from success and things that I wish I knew sooner. So number one, something that definitely held me back from success was the wrong crowd. Okay, I feel like everybody can relate to this, the wrong crowd. And I definitely in high school was friends with a lot of people that didn't really have like the same goals, or didn't have goals in general. They really didn't have goals or ambition. And I feel like that definitely set me back, because I wasn't focused on what I had to do. I could have started way younger, like started my business and things like that. And I'm so happy that things played out the way it did. But I definitely felt like that definitely held me back from my goals, is hanging around people that I didn't have any interest hanging around with, like people that didn't have goals or ambition or a vision. And that's definitely important. Sometimes you have to look at your circle. Like there's a quote that says, if you hang around 4 losers, you're going to be the 5th. You're going to be the 5th loser. So you don't want to be the 5th loser. You want to hang around with winners. And there's another quote that I saw on Instagram, sit with winners, okay? Like hang around people that are winning, because like the conversation is different. And it's definitely important. You need to surround yourself with people that have the same vision as you, have the same mindset as you. And yeah, I feel like that definitely held me back, is hanging around the wrong crowd and the wrong people. So number 2, something that held me back from success is past trauma. So me not healing from certain things. And I feel like this kind of ties into one of my episodes where I talked about forgiving. Forgiving is definitely important, because yeah, I feel like when you don't forgive, like you have like that feeling in your heart. And I don't know if you guys know what I mean, but I feel like when you're like holding grudges and things, or when you don't heal from certain things, like that kind of holds you back, because you feel like that defines who you are, if that makes sense. So I feel like definitely not healing and trauma, and maybe you have self-doubt or fear. I feel like sometimes you need to take that break to heal from whatever it is that is like hurting you, or like making you feel some type of way. Heal from it, and then watch, you're going to literally, so many blessings are going to come. But you need to take time to heal and to be kind to yourself, and learn how to be patient with yourself, because I'm still healing from a lot of things. So yeah, number 2 could be trauma, and like, yeah, you have to take time to heal. And I feel like this is something that a lot of people don't do. Okay, let's talk about, for example, a breakup. Let's say you broke up with somebody, and you automatically go to somebody the next day. Like, you're not taking time to heal. And I just use breakup as an example, because that's an example. A lot of people do that. They go on to the next person, but sometimes you need to take time to heal. If you don't heal, that's something that's always going to be in the back of your head and hurting you in your heart. So number 2 is past trauma. Number 3 is not stepping out of your comfort zone. I did a whole live on my business page on stepping out of your comfort zone and why it's important. But this is definitely something that held me back a lot. You know, these are all things, starting my podcast, starting my business, starting my YouTube channel, are all things that I've been wanting to do, like ever since very, very young. And imagine if I started at a young age, where I'd be like now. But, you know, everything happens for a reason. But I say that also to say that stepping out of your comfort zone is something that is going to allow you to get closer to your goals, and it's going to allow you to achieve your goals even faster. If you're not stepping out of your comfort zone, like, I know, like, we all have self-doubt and fear, and But guess what? Like, we all have the potential to be who we want to be. Okay? Like, if you can envision yourself being like whatever it is that you want to do in your life, if you can like see it in your head, like it could literally be achievable. So step out of your comfort zone is definitely crucial. This is something that I continue to do every single day. I continue to do different things. Like right now I'm on Instagram live while recording a podcast. Like my Ada from 2 weeks ago would have had like an anxiety attack. Like I feel like every day I'm doing things differently. And yeah, I definitely feel like stepping out of your comfort zone, if you're not doing it, is definitely holding you back from your goals and success. So I would have to say number 4 is not having a vision. And I feel like you really need to hound in on your vision. Like, your vision is definitely important. And I'm actually wearing one of my lashes in the Stop Vision. Go ahead and shop at Deluxe Collections. But I definitely feel like you need to be able to trust your vision. And if you don't have a vision, I mean, that's okay. You definitely should. But that's okay. Like, take time to write it down. Like, do a vision board or write in your manifestation book. Write things that you want to accomplish in life. And I feel like we all have a vision, I feel like. And yeah, you have to take time to realize what it is that you do want to accomplish in life, because if you don't have a vision, you're kind of just running on autopilot. You don't want to do that. You want to be able to be working towards something. At the end of the day, obviously things is not going to happen overnight, but you have to be able to set small goals every day, accomplish something small, and then at the end, like it's going to be like it's a big goal, but you're like setting small goals to get to that big goal. So you need to be able to have a vision when it comes to accomplishing your goals and achieving success. Also, success, I feel like I'm going to do a whole episode on what does success mean to you, but I feel like people tie like followers and subscribers and money and all this to success. I feel like success is more like if you're happy with what it is that you're doing. I don't know. Success to everybody is different. We're going to be talking about that in a whole different episode, but I feel like, yeah, you need to be able to have a vision and set goals. So another thing that is holding you back from success is not setting goals, okay? And you need to aim high, okay? You need to aim high when you're setting goals. Of course you want to set small goals every day to accomplish. Like, for example, one of your goals could be like, oh, I'm gonna post on Instagram today. But that shouldn't be like your lifetime goal is to post on Instagram. Like, you have to be able to set goals for yourself. So where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? Those are goals that you need to set. Yes, you need to set daily goals. I set daily goals all the time. Okay, Ada, what are you going to do today? All right, so you're going to plan out your content. You're going to edit this video. You're going to record a podcast. You're going to take time for Josiah. Like, these are all small goals, but you need to aim high, okay? You need to be able to have high standards when it comes to your goals. I literally have in my notebook, like, to buy property one day. One day I want to be able to buy a condo, all right? Obviously, right now I'm not in the position to do that, but guess what? You want to aim high. So I have a whole bunch of goals. Like, I literally, in my notebook, I have short-term goals, which, like, there's some I could say that I did accomplish. So I graduated school. I had my baby. I went to massage therapy school and I finished. I started my business. Those are all short-term goals. But I also have a list of long-term goals. You have to be able to set long-term goals. So how much money you want in your bank account, how much property you want to purchase, what do you see yourself doing? These are all things that you need to do. And if you're not setting goals, that's definitely holding you back from success, because you're just living life just to live life. You need to set goals. So another thing is, number 6, things holding you back from success is making mistakes. I feel like, especially me, I'm still kind of hard on myself. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm perfect, but I definitely feel like making mistakes holds me back from success, because sometimes I'm very hard on myself when it comes to certain things that I do, like, oh, you did that, and like, I'm hard on myself. So I feel like you have to be able to learn from your mistakes, and you have to be able to, like, okay, I did that, so I'm not going to do it again. So I learned from that. Yeah, just learn and grow from your mistakes. Don't be so hard on yourself, and don't, like, kick yourself in the butt for doing certain things. Learn from what it is that you do go through in life. So number 7, I feel like this is definitely important, and I feel like at one point we all had this mindset. But basically, what may be holding you back from success and your goals is having a scarcity mindset. You need to be able to have an abundant mindset, okay? Like help other people. This is me. This is why I feel like not only because God makes it possible, but I feel like I'm always winning because I root for other people. Like yes, I care about myself, and it's important. Like self-care is not selfish, but you have to be able to have an abundant mindset. You have to be able to cheer others on. You have to be able to genuinely support other people. You have to be able to help other people, provide value, even though sometimes not everybody may appreciate it, or there's people that may not give you credit or whatever it is, but you have to still be able to put out good things out into the universe. I definitely believe in karma. So whatever you put out, I definitely feel like it's going to come right back to you. So you have to be able to just have an abundant mindset. Don't have that crab in the bucket mentality where, oh my God, I got to feed for myself and I got to pay attention to what I'm doing and I'm going to do other people dirt. No, you have to be able to help other people and want to see other people win. So that's another thing that may be holding you back from success. And I definitely used to be like that. I definitely used to feel like I'm running out of time and all this. But you have to remember, we have our whole lives to achieve our goals. We have our whole lives to become successful and to become happy in what it is that you're doing. So remember that. Don't have a scarcity mindset. Have an abundant mindset, okay? So number 8 on things holding you back from success is not believing in yourself, aka self-doubt. All right, and I feel like we all deal with this. As human, we all deal with self-doubt, especially we see other people maybe achieving what we want. But guess what? We're all capable of achieving whatever it is that we want in life. But you have to be able to believe. This is something that I'm guilty of. So I know before I even started my business, these are all things I've been wanting to do, but I had self-doubt and I didn't believe in myself. I believed in myself, but didn't at the same time. Because if I did, I would have started sooner. But I feel like the self-doubt and maybe people around me, for my experience, people around me weren't starting businesses. People around me weren't rooting for me. People around me weren't understanding the vision or trusting my vision. And that's why I always say, trust your own vision. Trust your own vision. Trust your own process. Not everybody is going to understand you, and that's okay. I talk about this on my business page. Not everybody is going to understand you. Not everybody is going to get it. At the end, when you're making money and you're successful, people are going to understand, but not everybody's going to understand your vision, but you have to trust your vision. And best believe we all deal with moments of self-doubt. We all deal with moments of not believing in ourselves, but guess what? That this too shall pass. Okay, that feeling passes. But you have to be able to read books. You have to be able to listen to podcasts, listen to motivational things, and hopefully this podcast is able to help you. I'm still I feel like this podcast, me talking right now, is helping me too, because I deal with some of these things on this list. I deal with a lot of these things. But guess what? Every day you have to be able to learn, grow, and evolve from it. So self-doubt, remember that we all go through it. We all feel it, but you have to be able to believe in yourself. So number 9, this is definitely something that I feel like I always say this. All of these are important, but comparison is definitely something that could possibly be holding you back from success and your goals. Comparison is, I always say this is a thief of joy. That's one of my favorite quotes. Comparison is a thief of joy, because you may be so happy with what you have, but boom, you see somebody else have something better maybe, and you're like, dang, now I don't even want this. I don't want this. I want what they got. But why are you comparing yourself? And I talked about this on my business page this morning on my story. Gratitude. You have to be able to, once you're thinking about negative stuff, once those negative thoughts come or that comparison, you have to be like, take a step back and realize how far you've come and realize what you do have right now at this present moment. And I definitely feel like when you're grateful, literally everything else, and I'm pretty sure I stated this on one of my podcasts, but I feel like every time I say thank you, I put it out into the universe, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my supporters. I'm grateful for people that purchase from me. I'm grateful for people that support my business. I'm grateful for how far I've made it so far. I'm grateful for my son. I literally name things that I'm grateful for, and so much literally starts coming back. So it's like you have to be able to put that energy out into the universe, and it's going to come right back to you. So stop comparing yourself. Be grateful for what you have, because best believe there's somebody comparing themselves to you, and somebody comparing themselves to that person that's comparing. It's literally a cycle, and if you don't get out of that comparison trap, you're not going to achieve nothing. So that's number 9. Number 10 is perfectionism. And yeah, I still deal with this. I literally still deal with perfectionism. I'm not gonna lie, but this is something that I've learned to kind of let go of, especially when it came to, okay, I'm gonna keep it real. Perfectionism, that kind of held me back from posting content. Perfectionism. I'm like, no, it's not up to par, or it's not perfect, or it's not. But you know what? I'm like, Ada, you can't start off popping right off the bat. Your content's not going to be bomb straight off the bat. Even though I know my content is bomb, but how I want it to be, like the audio is not as crisp as it should be, or the video quality is not the best as it should be. But guess what? You have to start from somewhere. So perfectionism is something that definitely holds us all back from success, because we want things to be perfect. We want things to be like this and this and this. But at the end of the day, you have to be able to accept that, like, everybody starts from something. Like, started from the bottom, now we here. Everybody literally starts from somewhere. So perfectionism, and I'm talking to myself too, but if that's something that you struggle with, remember that everybody starts from somewhere. And I feel like something that helps me remain motivated, or helps me kind of like dissolve that perfectionism mentality, is like looking back to see like how far I've come. That's why I always say document your journey, but I look back to see like old pictures of me and old content, and I'm like, wow, Ada, like you really grew and you evolved. So I feel like that's the whole goal, is to grow and evolve. So perfectionism is not helping you in any way, shape, or form. So that's something that you have to dismiss, and something that I'm working on dismissing every single day. I'm not going to lie. So number 11 is procrastination. Yeah, procrastination is definitely something that I feel like I need to get out of this. Like, I need to just stop. I need to stop procrastinating. I do this often, and it's definitely something that is holding me back from success, because I feel like I need to learn how to manage my time better, because it's a lot of stuff that I have to do in one day. Literally, it's so much stuff that my to-do list, I feel like if people looked at my to-do list and my schedule, like, people would literally go crazy, because a lot of people are not able to do, people are able to do it, but not everybody's willing to have like that discipline to do the things. And discipline is something that I definitely work on now, especially being an entrepreneur. You have to be able to be disciplined, and, being your own boss is harder than working for somebody. The freedom is amazing, don't get me wrong, but you have to be able to be disciplined, and procrastination is just holding you back from your goals. So every day I'm learning to, I set like alarms sometimes to remind me, like, are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? And if you're not, then yeah, like I try to set schedules. I try to do like a to-do list, try to manage my time better, and realize that I want my brand to go somewhere. I want to go somewhere myself, and I see myself going very far, but procrastination is literally just holding you back. So number 12, this is the last one that I do have. Number 12 is not celebrating your accomplishments. And I always talk about celebrating your accomplishments, may they be big or small, because I feel like oftentimes we downplay our accomplishments, maybe because people might not care about it, or people might not celebrate it how you want them to. You have to be able to celebrate your own accomplishments. At the end of the day, you know what you accomplished in your lifetime. You know what's good. You know, like, how fast you're progressing. You know your pace. So be able to celebrate your accomplishments and reward yourself, like, when you do accomplish something. Like, for example, I've been real consistent on Instagram, and that's something that I definitely been struggling with for months, like posting content every single day. It's definitely something that's hard, But with planning content, I know sometimes I might fall off, but we all fall off sometimes. Like, we're not going to consistently always go hard. Like, we're human until you start paying somebody to like post for you and things like that, or like a social media manager. But at the end of the day, you have to be able to show up for yourself even when it does get hard. Like, with life, anything in life, you're going to face resistance. Like, I feel like things are literally so many obstacles. Like, when it came to starting my business, so much like was coming my way, and I'm like, you know what, I gotta keep pushing. It's like, I don't know if you guys know, like, basically watch those movies where they're like walking in the snow. It's like a snowstorm, a whole bunch of snow coming their way, and they keep like walking and stuff, like a whole bunch of wind and stuff. They literally keep walking. But I just feel like that's the same thing when it comes to life. You have to be able to walk through the storm regardless of everything that comes your way. Like, keep walking through the storm. Even when it's a whole bunch of snow in your face, just keep walking. Even though you cold, keep walking. Even though you got frostbite, keep walking. Like, literally, that's like the analogy I'm using. But life is hard. Like, life is really hard. And if you don't celebrate your accomplishments, if you're not grateful for where you're currently at now, I feel like, yeah, that's definitely holding you back from your goals. So yeah, that is the end of this episode. I hope this was able to help you. I hope this was able to motivate you and help you get closer to your goals. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. Yeah, go ahead and follow the Real Confessions podcast on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Aida Ozuna, and you can go ahead and follow my business page and shop at www.agelesscollections.com. So yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for listening, and Aida out.